This is Robot here from Vespa Motorsport here in San Diego. Whoops, Vespa did it once again. Another scooter that I got to put the white gloves on for. So let's get right to it. So here we have the 2023 Vespa Sprint Sport Justin Bieber edition. So the premium on the scooter over a standard sport's about $1,000 more, and I'll go over everything you get. So if you're wondering what's up with this thing, well, Justin Bieber and Vespa collaborated, and this is what you got here. And in so many ways, this is one of the most custom modern Vespas I've ever seen, even more so than the Christian Dior 946. So this scooter has more custom white touches than I've ever seen on any Vespa, period. Short of the Vespa GL, which was a classic bike from the early mid-60s that was kind of all eggshell white, where they painted the forks white. They didn't go that far. So like that original 60s Vespa GL, they did not paint the fork white, but it did have white wheels on it. It was a pretty cool scooter. Actually, I have one in my collection. It's been repainted. Someday I'm gonna return it to its former glory. But for now, behind me, I have my white PX from 2017 that I put the white seat on. Kind of gave it that, I don't know, I guess luxurious white look to it. I don't know how to say it. I'm not really a big fan of cars with white interiors. I mean, they're kind of clean and elegant in so many ways, but I'll show you a little bit later how much work these are to keep up. So the Justin Bieber edition Vespa Sprint looks fabulous in its brand new showroom glory here. But let me start showing you everything that's different about this scooter compared to just a regular Sprint or a Sprint Sport, which is what the scooter is based on. So starting out on the front, on the handlebars, they've taken everything to the level white, with the exception of the levers, but that's really easy to do. If this is my bike, I'd take these right over to my powder coater, get those white powder coated, and definitely get rid of these. I got several videos on how to get rid of these ugly things that they put on the North American Vespas. But right when you power it up, it's got the LCD display. It's also got the connectivity to your phone, has a couple modes, shows the outside temperature, other, I don't know, fun stuff, I guess. Got the white bezel, unlike most other Sprints that just have a chrome bezel. Same with the headlight bezel, it's gonna be in white. Moving on to the mirrors, it's got the kidney bean classic Sprint mirrors that they've been using for a good 8 years now, but all in white, so they look pretty cool. Okay, now they're taking it to the next level. They got white grips, just like a classic Vespa. Most classic Vespas had a very light gray set of grips, but these are almost pure white. The downside of these, of course, if you're gonna not wear the white gloves on them, your oils from your skin are gonna kind of get to them. So you're gonna need to keep those pretty clean. And moving on to the floorboard. This is where they take the white to the next level, actually beyond that 1960s Vespa GL 150. So there's one thing about the floorboard on this. Not only does it have white leg shield trim all the way around the edges of the scooter, it's got white floorboard strips and the center mat. Those are rubber parts that are white, and I can tell you one thing about that. I don't think I could put my shoes on it. I have to ride the scooter with socks. And the last detail they did, all other modern Vespas, they use black hardware. This is the first time I've ever seen them use silver or stainless steel hardware on the battery mat, and also the passenger foot pegs that are also in white plastic there. All stuff you're gonna get really accustomed to keeping this detailed, or have somebody detail it for you. You're gonna need that toothbrush with some of that white wall bleach white to keep all these rubber bits perfectly white if you're gonna keep this thing in really, really nice shape. Moving on to the seat, you have kind of a satin finish material. It's got white piping, white upholstery. Moving on to the rear, you got a white bezel around the taillight. You got the pair of ugly pods that they got to put on the North American market scooters, but that's just the way it goes. Pretty easy to remove them. So on the front leg shield, the first of its kind, a white Vespa badge on there. So this is pretty cool looking. I do like how that contrasts really nicely against the white paint. And let me tell you about flames. Let's go on to flames. So these look pretty cool. They got two different tones, like a cooler tone of white and like kind of a gray for the flames. I'm a little mixed about them because they are stickers. You know, if you're going to detail the bike, you can kind of catch your finger on that. I don't really want to take stabs at it, but I know this is a production vehicle, so that they're not going to hand airbrush flames on it. You can certainly do that on your own. Have a talented airbrush artist do something like that where they look pretty cool. But I don't know, pretty nice quality. You could certainly, down the road, you can actually buy those sticker kits and probably put them on your own Sprint. So moving on to the fender, it also has the flames on both the left and right side. And wow, they took the reflectors, these American reflectors they had to add, they even made those white. I can tell you, none of the other models did they take so much extra expense to make every little bit white. With the exception of the levers, that's the only thing I'll knock this scooter on so far. They should have did the white levers, but maybe Justin Bieber wanted the silver levers. Who knows? But going on to the wheel, you got a white Sprint style wheel, and you have white walls. These are Ching Ching white walls. I don't mean to have any condescending tone in my voice about this brand, but I'm not sure if these tires really scream great quality, but they sure look good if you're looking for the white wall tires. And then you got the white suspension arm. So you have the left and right cowls of the classic Vespa Sprint Primavera style body, and they're garnished with the flames, just like the front fender and leg shield. Moving on to the muffler, you got the white heat guard on there, powder coated white, that's all metal there. So on the left-hand cowl, you got the white grab handle, and moving on down below, the belt cover, and even a little bit of the cover for the oil pan, that's all white. That's metal there. They sent that out for powder coat. Never seen Vespa do that in the past. So Vespa does seem to line up with lots of hip, trendy collaborations. And it doesn't sound like that's going anywhere or away anytime soon. And good for them. I had some people knock the Christian Dior. Well, guess what? They all sold for well over MSRP, and they sold immediately, and we never got one again. So people that are collectors, maybe they're at a higher level than the lowly, nerdy Vespa person like me or the scenester. Think about that. You know, maybe there's something to be said about that. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking a stab at the scenesters that want something like this because of the collaboration. I'm not sure. I'm kind of curious. We sold a couple of these pre-order. I would love to hear the stories from the customers that bought it and what their reason is. I've had, I think, 2 customers in my service department that were wearing Justin Bieber apparel. You know, I think one gal came in with a sweatshirt not too long ago, and I noticed that because normally I'm not too much of a fashion dude or pay attention to pop music or anything like that. But I don't know, there's something to be said. So this may be very, very elegant to you, it may be hideous. What do you think? I don't know. You got the comments to duke it out. But thanks for watching. This is Robot here from Vespa Motorsport and ScooterWest.com. Until next time, see you on the next one.